The stone dragon had stood on the cliffs of the Belcarer Temple for centuries, a gargantuan alien monolith carved from obsidian-like stone. Its glowing blue veins, pulsing faintly beneath its surface, seemed alive, and its eyes, unmoving yet watching, were rumored to pierce into the soul of anyone who dared approach. Legends spoke of its power. Some said it was a god, others a weapon left by an ancient race. Every 7 years, the people of New Haven offered it a sacrifice, fearing its wrath if denied. This year, Mira Allendale was chosen. At 68 years old, Mira was not the frail old woman most expected. Her sharp wit and keen eyes had guided generations of children as a schoolteacher. But when the elders of New Haven declared her the sacrifice of wisdom, no amount of protest or resistance could save her. The village needed the stone dragon's favor. Clad in ceremonial robes, Mira was led up the spiral path to the temple. The stormy sky churned with indigo clouds as lightning cracked through the air. The villagers, gathered at the base of the temple, watched her ascend with reverent silence. The temple itself was a marvel of alien geometry, its towering spires twisting like frozen smoke. At its center stood the stone dragon, its wings folded against its massive body, its head tilted downward as though waiting for something or someone. Mira stood before it, defiant despite her trembling hands. The elders began their chant, their voices rising in a rhythmic crescendo. The ground quaked. The dragon's blue veins brightened, illuminating the temple in an ethereal glow. The elders fell silent as the dragon moved. Its wings unfolded, and its head turned toward Mira, its glowing eyes locking onto hers. A deep, resonant voice filled the air, more felt than heard. "You have brought me another offering." The villagers prostrated themselves, murmuring prayers, but Mira stood tall. "I am no offering," she said, her voice steady. "I was chosen, but I did not choose this." The dragon tilted its head, as if intrigued. "You are not afraid?" Mira crossed her arms. "What's the point of fear? If you've already decided my fate, fear won't change it. And if you haven't, maybe you should hear me out." A low rumble echoed from the dragon, a sound that might have been laughter. "Interesting. Few have dared to speak to me so plainly." The dragon's eyes glowed brighter, and a beam of blue light engulfed Mira. She gasped as her body was lifted into the air, her mind flooded with images of civilizations rising and falling, of worlds consumed by darkness, of the dragon standing as a silent witness to the passage of eons. When the light faded, Mira fell to her knees, gasping for breath. But something was different. She looked at her hands, once wrinkled and gnarled, now smooth and strong. Her reflection in the polished stone floor revealed a younger version of herself, glowing with the same blue energy as the dragon's veins. The villagers gasped in awe. "What have you done to me?" Mira asked, her voice trembling. "I have restored you," the dragon said. "Your people offer me their elders, their wisdom, believing I demand sacrifice. But I demand nothing. I am a catalyst, a mirror. I return what is given, but enhanced." Mira stood, testing her newfound strength. "Then why the sacrifices? Why the fear?" The dragon's voice softened. "Fear is a choice. Your ancestors misunderstood my purpose. They sought to appease me rather than understand me. But you did not bow. You questioned. That is the wisdom your people need." Mira turned to the villagers, her glowing eyes scanning their awestruck faces. "Do you hear that? We've spent centuries living in fear, offering our best to something we didn't understand. But this isn't about submission. It's about transformation." The dragon lowered its head. "Lead them, Mira Allendale. Teach them to rise above their fear. But know this, power carries responsibility. fail, and the next time we meet, I will not be so merciful." With that, the dragon folded its wings and returned to its stony slumber. The storm dissipated, and the sky cleared, revealing a sea of stars. Mira descended the temple steps, the villagers parting before her as though she were a goddess. But Mira knew better. She wasn't a savior. She was a teacher. And now, she had a new lesson to teach: how to confront fear and embrace change. The stone dragon watched silently as Mira led her people into a new era, its glowing veins pulsing faintly, a heartbeat of ancient wisdom waiting to be unlocked.